Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Adrian, you know my partner Albert Cameron. Albert, we like to look at the Olympic sports, so to speak, or the non-revenues, whatever, and Boardman girls bowling.
Congratulations, girls.
Good job, ladies.
Captured the All-American Conference Championship. They rolled as a team tremendously, led by Elena Torello, who was the MVP. Rolled posting games of 244.
That's enough.
Up average, and that is unbelievable. We got Caitlin Greenaway, Marissa Funk, Grace Akota, Sam Hoffman, and Emma Haas. Congratulations that you play to be a champion, and that's what you did, Boardman. Congratulations to you. We also have a girl, once again, our leaderboard in this place, Louisville Junior, Anthony Lucente, 1,000th point. I'm pretty impressed. I think he's a junior, George, so that was pretty impressive when you're a junior.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you figure you end this year with 1,700.
Yes.
I mean, you have a possibility next year with a big senior season.
Right.
You figure you got 25, 30 games. You get 20 a game. But look, this bowling thing, they won by 700 pins.
Yeah, they dominated.
That's what I noticed more than anything.
Dominated.
That's not very close.
In my bowling terms, I know I would take me 7 games to get
7 days. How about? No, that's a nice little, like you said, you get it to 1,000. Say you end this year 11 or 12, you got a chance to put a pretty big number.
Big number.
Yeah.
Elena Thigpen also set a record, and this one's one of the ones George and I like.
Yeah.
20 rebounds in the game for Niles. Anytime you get over 10, that's a great game. Elena came out with 20. Sometimes it just means that you go for the ball. George, there's so many people standing.
And what do coaches say? You can't rebound too much. You can shoot too much. You could whatever. You can't rebound too much. We'll take 20 boards. I'll tell you what. I watch game after game after game, and there aren't 20 boards in several games because there's nobody near when they take these ridiculous shots.
Yeah, that one's changed. People don't run to the board. They run back on transition defense.
Yeah, I'm still not. I get one guy going back. Maybe 2 if you showed me you were playing Mercer or something. Don't tell me all 4 or 5 need. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's a major change.
What do you think? They don't shoot 50.
No, I don't like it.
Once again, we'd have to get out the slide rules. I'm saying you don't make half your shots.
I know you don't make half your shots.
Well, there you go.
But they're copycats, and Virginia won the national championship doing it.
Yeah.
And if Coach Bennett did it, they said, well, we should do it too.
He also lost to Maryland, Baltimore County.
That's what they think. Immediately think that way.
Hey, the Springfield team, the real deal.
Yep, haven't lost yet.
No, real deal.
Beat Louisville, who has also have an outstanding year at 11-3. Springfield moves to 16-0. Overall, they have 3 or 4 guys can score. We've talked about Brungard in football, but Alex Rothwell has a big game.
15-11. That isn't.
Jake Joyce with 13. Adam Wary with 12.
4 dubs.
4 doubles.
You can't just stop one. I like those kinds of teams.
Yeah.
I hated the ones where if one guy doesn't do it, you lose.
When you're playing team sports, a lot of times one guy gets blamed, and we'll be talking to the Super Bowl pretty soon here. The way to take that away, have the whole team play great, and you'll see you won't lose many games.
No, that's what someone was saying that the other day. We're saying, can they all, like they asked one of these guys, someone pulled off some kind of big victory. And he said, I'm going to tell you what, it was Dick Vermeil. He said he got pounded one year by, I believe it was Ohio State. Then he beat him in the Rose Bowl, big dog. And they said, what happened? He said, what happened was more than one guy played his best that day. They peaked. Like we always talk about, if they played to the back of their baseball card, the Pirates are in trouble.
Yeah, you have to have a whole team play well.
Yes.
And if you're going to pull a major upset, maybe once in a while you'll get one kid who goes off crazily. But I'll take my chances with a Springfield team that can go 4 different directions to get points. That's a great way. And Youngstown State's doing that right now, playing really well, led by Michael Akuchi with 33 points. Their second win of the week. They now move to 6-6 or 8. What are they doing? Yeah, 6-6 in the Horizon.
Yeah.
And 12-10 overall.
Thursday, Ooey Pooey, back-to-back road games. We always talk about, I saw this game the other day, but here's what happened. Our buddy was doing the Milwaukee Robert Morris game.
Okay.
So I watched wire to wire. I never watch wire to wire.
Uh-huh.
And I'm watching, and this Milwaukee, I don't know what has happened. Something's going on. There's either an internal problem or whatever. They have Minot Bowles' nephew, and they have one of the old pros. Remember Vin Baker?
Yes.
They have Vin Baker Jr.
Okay.
I'm watching Robert Morris. They took no beat them by 30. So I looked Saturday while YSU's playing. I'm like, they're going to get him. It was 22-4 like that. Something's going on there. I don't know what it is.
Right.
I'm not there every day, but I know that team's taking on water.
Yeah, when you go on the road in the league and you're taking on water, you're going to struggle.
Yeah.
It's a home league,
Oh.
no question about that. And talk about home leagues, the girls dropped one to Oakland. They very seldom lose. That's their second home loss of the season. When YSU girls are playing, you're thinking they're going to win at home. Coach Barnes talked about this game, and I like this quote. He said, we got the girl wide open, dropped the ball out of bounds. Many times in practice we run it, and it works. You know, that's what happens in the game. The game speed comes down to execution and players. You've taught it enough in practice. You're hoping they can get it done, George, in the game. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, I was reading about the game before. They had some decent bounce. A Magistro girl. I know I know. Don't leave her open.
Right.
But like you say, he's probably practiced a million times. Not quite the same. All of a sudden, you're in a ball game. Hands maybe a little nervous.
No question.
Slippy, and that ball tips out of bounds, and you're out.
Yeah, that's why your young kids, you want to get as many game speed actions as you can.
Yeah, don't lollygag when you shoot.
Yeah, they don't lollygag when they shoot.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, no good team's letting you aim. I always say that. I was just talking to our buddy KR the other night. And by the way, 2 teams in his D2 league are going D1.
Wow.
So you know there's competition
That's good
there.
players there,
And we
yes.
were talking, and we were talking about guarding, and I said, Alan, we'll get something on the show. They'll say someone shot 62%. And instead of my thinking, wow, they were hot, my thought goes to, what was the other side doing? They're letting them aim.
That's funny.
I mean, when you start shooting 60% from the field,
Yes, I agree with that.
it doesn't happen, Al.
I agree with that.
Yeah, no, let's talk about the NFL. I got to say this. I don't know if Goodell's lucky or what, but man, his league the last 2 weeks had to set records for eyeballs and interest. Those games last week, we thought they were good. Well, how about Sunday? The Bengals, I fell asleep. It was 21. They got 3, then they got 10. I missed a quarter. So I look up, and I thought it was still, and I realized it was 21. Oh, they had tied it. And you talk about a team. I have to get after Andy Reid and Mahomes both. This idea of 7 Super Bowls and better than Montana and this and that, the greatest of all times. How about winning some?
Yeah, they jump on the bandwagon too quickly. And we know they're good players. We know they're good coaches. But to put great on them immediately without them.
How about GOAT status?
Yeah, without putting that on there. Heard on the radio coming in, did not realize Reed's lost the
Yeah.
most favorite playoff games of all time. Any coach. I didn't know
Coward
that.
didn't stay long enough to catch him.
But I'm saying, but Reed has it.
Oh, I saw his record. It's terrible.
Reed has it. The reason I didn't realize because I had no idea he lost that many games where he was favored in the playoffs.
Oh, well, this one here, I'll still go back to the play before half. If you can explain it to me, then I don't know analytics, I don't know vectors, I don't know T-squares. I know you kicked the field goal.
Yeah, well, the reason you kick a field goal, you're up 11, and you can go up 2 scores. And then anytime you can put 2-score lead, getting the kickoff coming out. Instead, we used this once before on one of our shows. Cincinnati ran out the field. Kansas City walked out the field.
They got it.
They were so excited, and it carried over. And you saw the second half where Kansas City got nothing started. And Andy Reid had a lot to do with that one, no question
Let's take it apart because we'll praise, but it's our job here to started with, like you said, Andy Reid. He was known in Philly for bad clock management, good offensive mind, but bad clock man. Well, he kind of outgrew it when he won that Super Bowl. Always forgotten. But here it is again. I'm looking, and I'm going to blame Mahomes. I'm going to tell you why. I'm saying both Manning brothers, even Rodgers, who I'm not fond of, he looks out, sees it appears to be covered by more than, he can beat one guy. I get that. I'd sell it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Kick field goal.
Yeah, and I told George on the phone, I watched it again. They had nobody flanked out. I mean, I blame Andy Reid. He put no wide receivers out, and therefore you can't throw the ball away. He gave him no chance to throw the ball away.
Unless he sails it over Ten's head.
But even then it was very, very close because he was not out there wide. He came out of the backfield across the play. He made it really hard to do it.
There's no reason.
Yes.
I hear Parcells, Jimmy John. I know they're old timers, but daggone it, they won. Well, they don't understand this.
I wouldn't let the quarterback talk me into it. That's the big thing. And the quarterback said, "Give us one more play." And he said, "I'll do it."
How about he's trying to call timeout? The half was 5 seconds over.
He thought there was one more timeout.
But I mean, it was over.
Yeah.
$500 million. He's not donating.
No, they're not donating.
$500 million. I agree with you. Okay. The GOAT talk has to slow down too now.
Yeah, we said that.
We're slowing it down.
Yeah, I've said that forever. I want to see him play 15 years, 10, 15 years, and we'll see what he does after that.
Now, let me say this about him. As good as he is, the spinneroonies, the whirling dervish, the underhand flip backwards, they all look great when they work. It's like Garoppolo yesterday. We'll talk about whatever he was thinking on that play where he threw it on backwards reverse hand. I'm sorry, this is pro. Those guys could go from here to the wall in a half a second.
Half a second.
You know how fast.
Well, Mahomes does it so many times, he gets away with it though. So I don't mind when he does it.
Yeah.
Because he gets away with it so much. He's really, that's his strength. He improvises.
All right.
Better than the pros, but it backfired on him, especially. Once again, I'm blaming Reid.
Well, how about the sack?
From the 4-yard line?
First and goal at the 5. You know, I'm sitting there thinking, I got this.
Mm-hmm.
I teased him to 0 and had Cincinnati. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking I'm going to be rich at about an hour here. First and goal at the 5. Now I'm thinking, Now see, what drives me crazy. This is what bothers me. I hold grudges.
No.
Well, I watched him against Pittsburgh, embarrass Pittsburgh, and have Kelsey throw a pass to a tackle.
I remember it.
Where was all that funny stuff there?
Yeah, I know. They tightened up when it's.
Wasn't so brave, was he, El?
Yeah, that's the truth. I think the same thing. When you're in the 4 lot, pull out your 3 best plays you practice in August that you think you're going to get the touchdown. That's one of my things I wrote down when I was going to be a football coach. At that time, there should be 3 plays written down that we haven't used all year. Say, we need it now. This like the Philadelphia special. They still talk about it.
Yeah.
A play you haven't seen.
Yeah.
And instead they run everything they've done, and they did try to do something. Though, George, we've talked about, so I'll give them credit. They said we're going to give the ball to the best player, put it in his hands, and try to win.
Oh, there's 12 seconds left.
That's what they tried to do.
Hey, I'm here. 12 seconds left.
That's what they tried to do.
And
he messed it up. He tried to improvise.
Yeah.
And messed it up badly.
Let's talk about. He does make some head scratchers. Taking a sack. They're lucky that last field goal.
The ball came out.
And it ended. And it ended was 40-yarder.
Yeah.
These guys are making them. We have to talk about the kickers later on because
they don't make them.
Goals never missed in the playoffs.
No, he hasn't. The Ram kicker's the only one of all the ones.
He missed one.
Missing
Right.
Some,
He's human.
He's missing some. Yes.
Let's talk about that. An 18-point lead at home. You can't.
We just went over it. That's how you lose it.
It's inexcusable.
That's how it happened.
Now let's look at the other game. Oh, by the way, I want to say this about Kansas City. There's quite a bit of talent on there for only winning once.
But I think it's hard to win, George.
Are you satisfied with getting it?
Yeah, I think Cincinnati's pretty good too. I don't think. I think there's a fine line.
I read something today I didn't realize. Cincinnati
line.
has as many playoff wins this year as Pittsburgh does the last 11.
Yeah, it's a fine line.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Who do you think they'd rather root for, Cincinnati or Pittsburgh?
Yeah, right.
See, I get tired of hearing that.
Yeah, I know, but that's true. Rams 49ers. Let's talk about it. It was like we first at 7-0. You think, those. But I thought when San Fran went up 17-7, I thought that old, oops, there it is again.
Right. They had to go through your mind.
Yeah.
San Fran beat them so many times.
Let's talk about that because I don't know how to say this other than when I look, the Rams look better.
I know they're better. That's why they had to put in the game.
Then they lost 6 straight. I mean, I said to my buddy, I'm probably going to lose this, but I have to take the 3.5.
And that's why I took them too.
Because I said, I'm ignoring history.
But I was stupid taking them. Watching the game.
Oh, they should. Oh.
No,
you didn't tell me.
You know how many plays they got? They ran 50 plays in the whole game.
Oh. But how about Garoppolo? I apologized to Mina Kimes on Twitter. No, I did. I apologized to her. She said, you remember when you were in college and you had a group project and someone did all the work because they wanted the A?
Right.
she said that's what the 49ers are with him. And, you know, whatchamacallit came after her and ended up, they all rallied around her because
Right.
he said she never played. You know that routine.
And
We've
I
heard
like
of
it. That's what I say
Okay,
too.
oh, I know you say that. You're Cro-Magnon.
I admit
man.
it.
Yeah.
I admit it.
But here's the thing.
I don't want her telling me how to
No,
play
no,
quarterback.
I know, but she didn't tell him how to play. She just went over the stats. But the point is, they're looking there, and it's like, okay, I knew he wasn't real good. I'll be honest. I don't know how many 49ers games. I must not have seen many. I was shocked.
Yeah, George constantly said on the show, I don't know why you get rid of him.
They win.
He win all the time. And
Then I saw it. I apologize.
but I'm saying he's in the middle of the pack. He's not terrible, but he can't win the game for you. So when you ask him to win the game, and there's about 15 quarterbacks in the NFL can't do that.
No.
And usually those teams don't make it.
I guess I didn't see them enough.
They run the ball all the time.
Yeah.
They run the ball to death, and they didn't run the
How
ball.
about
to the Rams.
opening series? The tight ends running down the middle of the
He
field.
missed that one.
Like, but he doesn't just. No, Al. The other guys miss him. He does an
airmailed
area
it. Yeah, he
code
did.
them.
Yeah, he
They're not
airmailed
in the same area
Yeah, he
code.
did hear him. That's a big play because you don't get that back. You don't get that back.
No, the
question about
49er was bad. I blame. You say that I blame myself because I didn't know how bad he was. I'll be honest. You had told me that he's not real.
He's
I didn't know he was
He's average at best.
Boy, oh boy, if he's average,
Most of
the
his
rest
touchdown
that league,
passes are 2 yards,
Then Debo.
and Debo or Kittle take it down the field. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah,
No, even when they were up, I was thinking, I'm thinking, they can't hold on.
It's gonna be hard.
Like I didn't look at 17-7. Now that's pretty good lead in a game where the other team only has a touchdown.
Right.
I never looked and thought, they can't hold on.
it was going to be hard because you didn't think they were going to score any more
No, I
points.
didn't. No.
That's why.
Okay.
Because the Rams are going to score somewhere along the line. 49er defense played the best they can. That poor kid is going to be remembered for dropping the interception. He's going to remember that for that game changed the whole game.
Oh, he said, how about this? The guy in the way in is rough crowd, rough crowd.
Right.
That Vegas crowd's rough because they lost money. He said, the guy said, just blame me. And the guy goes, don't worry, I do. It's just the way it
that's
is.
tough. Yeah, you drop
Yeah.
one like that. You can drop balls like this.
Yeah.
But that one came
Yeah.
right into
Hey,
it.
I got a text from one of my buddies in Florida, and he says, man, these defensive backs, I said, that's why they're on defense.
Oh, yeah. It's been an old line forever.
It's partly
Yes.
true,
Uh-huh.
right?
No,
Would you
it is.
agree with
but that one, you don't have the great hand.
No,
for that
you
one.
just let it yeah.
filter into your hand.
Hey,
yeah.
let's talk a little bit about the Bengals. They can hit you from a lot of angles. Like that, I watched really closely. By the way, here's my luck. I have the tight end for yardage.
Yeah, I did too.
One series.
I had them too. I had both tight ends.
One series.
So I lost one extra.
We need a refund.
I had both tight ends.
Did he go out too?
Oh, yeah, both tight ends went out in both games. Cincinnati and the Rams. I mean, Cincinnati and Rams tight ends.
No,
I lost them both.
I got it. So I'm watching. That was my lock, by the way. So I'm watching. I'm thinking, you know what? I knew Boyd from Pitt. I know Boyd's good. Higbee, is it
Higgins?
Higgins, he's good.
Oh.
And Chase is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The
Mix is a good
I know
guy.
it's 4-point line.
Their line stinks. That's why.
4-point line. You think Donald going to get after him?
Oh my gosh.
Donald and
It's gonna be Sack City.
Miller. Then they're not. Well, you just made my pick.
Like Burrow yesterday
Yeah.
made so many tremendous
Yeah.
plays.
The one
on
time
sacks.
running down the left side, he reached the ball out. That was.
But he
huge.
got there. How he got there is the big thing. He was sacked in the backfield 3 times.
Yeah.
And he got away. What's
Yeah.
the same with Tennessee? Tennessee has a decent rush.
Yeah.
They sacked him 9 times.
Yeah, you
Not
should-
3.
You should win that game.
9 times.
You know that.
Yeah, 9 times.
You think the 4-point line's right?
Exactly where it's supposed to be. I said that 3.5. I told you it was going to be 3.
2. I didn't think it would be that much.
Yeah, somebody else called and said it was going to be 6.
Okay,
So-
great Super Bowl. Oh, by the way, they're taking a lot of blowback today. I know you don't watch halftime, but I don't listen, but I listen and see what they say. And I do just the opposite. Everyone listens to Romo and complains. I don't, but I'll put on halftime.
Yeah, it was
The other
worse
guy-
yesterday.
They had him on the field. They couldn't hear because there was some kind of musical thing.
Something came through.
They didn't. No, they were beside it.
Oh.
They were going, I don't know what you said, boomer.
Oh, my.
Oh, it was
Wow.
someone lost it. Someone's in
Wow.
trouble today.
Some producer or director.
Yeah, because you could not hear him.
Wow.
You could not hear him. Now about the Rams defense, I mean, we know it's strong.
But it really isn't. It's just good.
Just
It's not
rushing
great.
the passer.
They rushed
well,
the
they got a
passer
guy in the
better.
back that didn't play all year.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? He had the most. I
Well,
look
I
most.
know. That's what he does. But they planned that. That was a great job by LA's coaching staff, because the 49ers have beaten every time by just running it down their throat. They put all 8. The first
So
play of the game,
They're up.
they all were up. They said, if they're going to lose this time, Jimmy is going to beat us.
Jimmy's going to beat us.
Yes.
And Jimmy can't beat us.
They were ready for that.
And I
yes.
just want to mention, on the way over here, a lot of criticism. You and I were first on this one. Romo's getting worse. How about saying
He is not
don't?
worse. They're wrong.
How about
he's
saying,
been bad forever.
But
He's
in
been
the
bad forever.
beginning, people liked him.
Well, they thought he got it right.
Yeah. Hey,
like he said, the guy.
Yeah,
like you
going
said,
left.
there'd be 4
yeah,
guys.
5 guys going to motion. I think it's something.
I think he's
left,
going
Jim.
left here. I think he's going.
Hey, but how about this? Don't score.
I called
of
you on that
dumb
one.
stuff.
I called you.
I've heard a lot of dumb stuff. He played, Al.
I mean, that was one of the stupidest things ever said.
Yeah, don't leave
Ball
it on
down
the
at
one.
the inch line. Don't give any sense at any time. If they don't get a touch, they lose.
I don't even.
It was
No, but
stupid
he could have tied it with a field goal. But yeah.
but he wasn't saying that. He was, he was saying.
What did he mean? Was he drunk?
Yeah, he's drunk. That's what I said.
Maybe he was.
I think he's thinking about what did I say just there.
Oh, I don't understand that. New coaches a lot of places. McDaniel's going to the Raiders.
He knew he has a good team there.
Yeah, oh,
You
yeah.
want if you're going to be a new coach,
You're not going to Jacksonville.
yeah, you're going to a place
Yeah.
that you can win games right away. And you have Carr, who's a decent quarterback.
Oh, I like
You got
the good tight
offensive
end.
line,
Good
the
tight end.
offensive line, the
Good
defensive
runner.
line.
Good
you can
runner.
rush the passer.
No.
You have a decent team. They came they made the playoffs. It's not like they were a playoff team. He waited for that.
Andy
he waited for that
Reid
job.
said today he will be back.
I thought he would be.
Yeah, I thought he would win and ride off.
That could happen, yes.
Because the enemy doesn't seem to be in a hurry.
That could have been.
But he may have been promised. Do you think he's been promised?
No,
that?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Really?
Not at all. There's somebody there because somebody could come. Belichick could say, "I want that job." No, he has not promised anything.
And just to talk about FanDuel, the worst beat in the world is having an over and the guy plays one series.
I told you I had both of them.
Yeah, that's.
So at least you only had one. I had 2 of them.
Worst. I was still too shook for the second game to look. You know what I mean? It was going over, and I was looking. I was going into the den, and I thought, I can't miss this game. So I just looked. I just thought at that point, it's not your day, buddy. Because he was my largest. I had some good ones, but the thing that saved me, there was this super boost.
Yeah, you said he had this
and
crazy
about
thing.
5 things, and they all happen.
Yeah.
Let's talk the NBA regular season. I don't know what to make of
Did you
it.
see the guy that won $600,000? Had a $20 free bet. He
Okay,
said, I'll play. He said
300 to 1 something.
no, he predicted both score. He predicted both scores on the nose.
I try every week. Did I tell you? I try every week $10.
He predicted.
Do you think
both
I ever
games.
get it? You
Both
think I
of
ever
them.
get it?
Parlay with both games exactly.
A guy who comes on our radio show.
600,000.
Hey, a guy from our radio show texted me today. He sent me this ticket, his buddy's ticket. Bengals to win the division. He had been drunk. They were 4-11. Okay. Bengals to win the AFC. Now it's
Must be a Bengal fan.
now it's one left, the Super Bowl.
Must be Bengal. Has to be a Bengal fan.
Oh yeah,
Has to be a
but
Bengal
I'm
fan.
saying.
That's like I do. I do that with the Pirates every
How do you
year.
get 60 grand?
No, I bet the Pirates every year.
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you hit it once,
Yeah, you only got
it's
it.
worth
Oh
it.
no,
Yes.
no, you only got to hit
Yeah,
it once.
yeah.
But I'm looking at all these DMPs. I watch and I check the ball. I look at plus minus. I don't know why. I never knew. We didn't seem to have something like that. But
No,
I
I
look,
did.
and then I get in there and I look. I'm like, man, oh man, I don't know what to think. And then in the playoffs, they seem to be more and more like the NHL. Just get in. There's
no
Brooklyn.
doubt.
There's Brooklyn. Kyrie could only play in a road. They might as well have 4 road games.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The NBA does not care one bit about the regular season. The NHL never has. Just get the playoffs at 7 games.
Yeah. And then they have Kyrie one more.
Yeah. So they're fine. They're not. They're laughing at us even talking about it.
The Suns are hitting on all cylinders now.
And it means nothing.
Yeah. Golden State, Wiggins. He made the now that's part of fan, but still at the same time he's putting some pretty. Did you expect him?
Well, they raved about him in college. High school coming out of college.
Yeah.
And he was going to be next to LeBron, and then he never showed that.
Okay, so.
Now, he's not next to LeBron, but he's playing.
No,
he's playing much better.
No, he doesn't have to
Yeah.
be LeBron to help them win
Yeah,
either.
yes, exactly.
Hey, Simmons still in the trade block. $35 million a year sitting on the sideline. You're being charged for it.
What is the do they have to pay him?
Oh, that I know. I think if he refuses to play, no, but he counts on the cap.
Counts on the cap,
That's
but they don't have to pay him. Okay.
That's the
I gotcha.
problem.
Yes.
Sixers playing. They're getting Curry back tonight.
And he's just a.
Hey, isn't that young Curry though? At one point, I thought maybe what are they doing with him? And I noticed he's getting better.
No, he can shoot. He can shoot too. The Curry's at all.
Okay. And Embiid's MVP odds are coming down
Yeah, I think he's the MVP right now, except for Jokic.
The other night I put a game on Curry and Thompson. We're both off.
That's unusual, huh?
Don't see many of them, but they
No.
they were OFF with capital.
Yeah, you don't see that ever.
Hey,
That's why it stands out, because
Yeah,
they never
yeah.
miss.
Hey, Major League, the lockout's still going. They're talking. One guy gets in the hall, and it's a two-time cheater. I don't understand it.
Yeah, he's got a big smile.
Everybody's buddy.
Everybody's buddy. That's
Everybody
what-
likes Poppy.
Yeah, they do. That's really like it. That's really what it is. Those other two,
Bonds and
they
Clement,
hate everything about them.
they're villains.
Yeah.
That's a shame. You know, I read something. Some guy said something interesting the other day. He was around Pittsburgh. Oh, I think might have been Smythe. I don't know if it was Smythe. Guy said, I was around Pittsburgh. He goes, Vince Lake was way worse to deal with. That's just what he said.
Gotcha.
NCAA hoops. Getting late, going through the second time in the league. I think tonight Duke Notre Dame, they've played 9 league games.
How about Notre Dame? When's that? They're first in the league. I had no idea what kind of team they're doing.
Let me tell you what the odds are.
Wesley is.
Let me tell you what the odds are.
What?
750 to 1 to win the league.
Awesome.
And they're third.
They
Behind
tie
Miami
tonight.
and Duke.
They'll tie tonight.
Yeah,
They
that's
win.
what I'm saying.
They win tonight. They win no tie.
You can't wait till after, then the odds will get down
Yeah,
drastic.
Wesley, some freshman, they said, is playing tremendously.
Okay. The SEC Big 12 Challenge, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, this time of year, you love to see those kind of games.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were calling the Big 12 the runaway best conference in football, and SEC went in there and said, wait a minute.
And you got
not
about,
so fast.
and you have 12 that can win. I think we've talked about.
Oh, yeah, no question.
12?
Oh, yes, at least
Okay,
12.
that's what I was asking.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Okay.
No dominant team.
Okay.
Kansas was number one. They got beat by 30 by Kansas. Gonzaga was
they-
number one. Got
Kentucky
beat
murdered
twice.
them.
Baylor was number one. Got beat twice.
Yeah, they got
There is
beat.
no dominant.
I heard the guy from Arkansas the other day say, he said, we're not playing well, but didn't they come in, they spanked Baylor.
Yeah, Auburn is the team playing the best, but no one's.
But you remember the day after they went to number one, they won by 1 point on Missouri.
Nobody's afraid to play
Missouri's the
them.
worst.
Yeah.
No. I will not pick the Zags. Remember, don't
Yeah, I know
let
you
me
won't do
pick
that.
the Zags. Okay. And Pearl just got a big extension.
Yeah, for somebody who I remember as a cheater, I have a hard time.
Yeah.
Because
Why do I think he's a cheater?
Because he get caught.
How about Bill Self? I have the same thought of him.
They both got caught.
That's not what it is.
Louisville wants Pearl so badly that I thought for sure, but you could see he likes Auburn, so he signed a big contract.
Imagine you talk about two with no sense of right and wrong.
Yeah.
Throwing Louisville and Pearl together.
Yeah, Louisville doesn't care what they do. They'll give you money for anything.
Like the other day, someone said NIL, whatever, oversight. I said, that's an oxymoron. They're running wild. They're doing whatever they want
Yeah,
till they
they had
figure
no idea
out.
what was going to happen, did they?
Hey, we got a couple minutes. Arizona State assistants are gone. How do they keep Herm in that?
I don't know. I'd be surprised.
Couple of them quit, couple resigned.
Once
You
again-
knew, you were on it. You knew when it happened.
Yeah, I'm thinking because of his reputation again. If he was Big Poppy, he'd be fired. But he's thought of as a great guy.
Yeah, he's great.
I just would have kept his job.
The portal, they're talking about putting a few date restrictions on the portal. So if you go between so-and-so and so-and-so, fine.
They're trying
You
something
get
different now, huh?
you get your exemption. If you don't, you can still go, but you can't play.
Yeah.
Or you don't get the year back.
Yeah,
whatever.
gotcha. That's good. I like that rule.
It might be
I like
something.
that. But you got to do something, but
No.
because
Oh, no.
because you understand
Wild, Wild
in
West.
May.
Yeah.
In May.
Yeah, Wild,
there's
Wild
gonna,
West.
It's going to be another
Yeah.
Wild Wild West. If it's
Yeah.
as soon as spring ball starts.
Yep.
And and you find out you're not playing.
Hey,
you're leaving.
Southern Cal's getting right. A couple of their guys came to Mississippi. It's
Southern Cal and LSU are.
Yeah.
Kelly went to LSU and said, "I'm going to play with a whole new team." I think he's brought 16 in.
Hey.
That there's no stopping it.
BYU got private donors to pay for their walk-ins,
Think about
walk-ons
that.
for a
Think about that.
scholarship.
Yeah, that's what they didn't expect this to happen. They
Absolutely.
didn't see it. They didn't see it through. They did not see it through.
We got a few seconds left. Are you expecting the Super Bowl to be just as good as the last few weeks, or does there have to be a letdown at some point? They can't keep having games like this.
The line says it's going to be a close game. You know,
Okay.
see, that's and both teams have good offenses. That somebody could come back. So
Okay.
it could happen.
I got you. Hey, thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk. We'll see you next week.